Hi, Jayden. This is your reading partner, Sarah, and I'm going to read you a story called Jessie's Hill. Jessie's Hill is by Anne Harth. Jessie pushed his bike into the driveway. Can I come to the zoo, Dennis? Can you ride to the top of the hill? His brother asked. His friends were ready to go. Jessie looked up at the steep hill. I think I can, he said. Let's go. Dennis and his friends rode away. Jessie jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He passed Mrs. Johnson's house. His legs were shaky. He passed Peter Potter's house. It was hard to breathe. He was hot. He stopped in front of the yellow house. Jessie, Dennis called from the top of the hill. Jessie looked up. When you can ride to the top, you can come. Jessie stamped his foot. His brother disappeared over the hill. The next day, Jessie tried again. He jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He passed Mrs. Jennings' house. He passed Peter Potter's house. His legs were shaky. It was hard to breathe. He was hot, but he passed the yellow house too. Jessie tried to ride up the hill every day. His legs were shaky, and it was hard to breathe, but every day he rode a little farther. It was Saturday morning. Jessie pushed his bike into the driveway. Dennis and his friends were leaving. Where are you going? Jessie said. Dennis stopped. We're going to the zoo. Can I come? Can you ride to the top of the hill? Watch me. Jessie jumped on his bike. He pedaled as hard as he could. He rode past Mrs. Jennings' house. He rode past Peter Potter's house. He rode past the yellow house. His legs weren't shaky. He pedaled harder. Go, Jessie, you can do it, Dennis and his friends cheered. He pedaled harder. He passed 3 more houses. He was almost to the top of the hill. His legs were shaky. It was hard to breathe. Jessie was hot, but he didn't stop. His bike slowed down. It wobbled but kept moving. Jessie stood on his pedals and pushed. He reached the top. He looked down at Dennis and his friends. They were puffing and panting. They rode up the hill. Dennis patted Jessie on the back. Do you want to come to the zoo? He said. Jessie grinned. Okay, a few questions. The story's main idea is Jessie practicing until he could bike up the hill. The lesson is I think the lesson is that if you practice and work hard, then you can make it to your goal, right? He made it to his goal. He practiced by himself several days so that he could make it up the hill when his brother and his friends were going again. All right, what makes Dennis a good big brother? Well, he is willing to let his little brother come with him and his friends, right? Not all big brothers do that. Let them play with them and their friends. And he encourages him, right? When he was going up the hill, trying to make it up the hill, they were cheering for him. think he's a pretty good big brother. Okay, last question. How did Jessie finally get up the hill? It was hard, right? The same things happened. He was out of breath and hot, but he stood up on his pedals and pushed really hard and he made it. All right, that's all for this story. Thank you for reading with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you soon.